Good afternoon, everybody. I am super excited that today is belt pickup day and tomorrow at belt ceremony to see you guys put on those brand new belts, bow in, get some pictures, and post them up in the parents group so that way we can watch your continued success and growth. Today, though, I wanted to spend some time preparing you for the next cycle. So parents, your kids are going to need your help, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Remember that. This is supposed to be fun. One of the biggest things that I want to be able to give your child is a different way of thinking. And if you've been with us for a while, you may remember back in October, we introduced stages. Well, we're going to be bringing it in with some various drills in the next cycle. So whether you get it completely, you saw it and didn't get it at all, or you're brand new, this video is going to explain it for you, straightforward and simple, so that you're ready for the cycle. What we're going to do is, what I've discovered is instead of making the kids simply memorize patterns, there really isn't a ton of benefit in simple memorization. So forms number 1, 2, and 3 that we teach the kids are to teach them a foundation about symmetry and how to practice their basic actions in a different way than just sitting in a horse ride stance. But it's not the end of the journey, it's simply the beginning. So what we want to do is we want to take a basic pattern and we want the kids to be able to create different solutions from one example. So what we talked about back in October is we did a 3-step pattern. So we did 1, 2, and 3. So what we did with those numbers 1, 2, and 3, hopefully you can see that, is we started to move them around. So 1, 2, and 3, the next number in this sequence would be 1, 3, and then 2. So we simply change the second and the third number to give us a new pattern. Then we change again. 2 becomes the first number, 1, and 3 turns into 2, 3, and 1. So now we have another pair. So we have one pair with number 1 first, one pair with number 2 first, and now finally number 3, 1, 2 finishes with 3, 2, and 1. So from a 3-step pattern, you have, or from 3-step moves, you have 6 possible patterns that you can create. So now what we did is we want the kids to understand the basic number process first. 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Now, once they get that process, you can then apply it to anything. This applies to martial arts. This can apply to music. This can apply to basketball. This can apply to soccer. This can apply to geometry. So whatever you want, this is where we start to expand. And this is ultimately what I think is super important for the kids to learn, because as they continue to go to school and learn more, they're going to be able to solve more equations and problems. So for example, 1, 2, and 3, we now change to high, middle, and low. So number 1 becomes high, number 2 becomes middle, and number 3 becomes low. So just in those general directions. So now if we do that, 1, 2, 3 now becomes 1, 2, and 3 on a vertical plane. Well then, high, middle, low becomes high, low, middle, etc., etc., etc. So now the process comes on and they're all set. But we're not done yet. Now, high, middle, low can become punch, high block, punch, and kick. Or it could be punch, high block, and kick. They're creating their own patterns. Ultimately, for their black belt test, this is what we're going to be spending an awful lot of time on. Having the kids create their own patterns. Use their brain, create something brand new, internalize it, make it their own, and that's going to stay with them forever. That skill is 1,000 times more important than memorizing a pattern from 1,000 years ago. Right? So I'm not super worried if we're doing a low block punch in form number 1 and your child turns the wrong way. We can fix that. Memorization is simple. Creation and imagination are going to be skills that people are required to have in the coming years in order to be successful in the world. So we want to start now today. So again, if you're confused, if this doesn't make sense to you, please let me know. I'm happy to sit down and explain it. Remember, when I got certified in this, it was a 4-day course, 12 hours a day, and we were absolutely lost from the beginning. So I get the feeling, I understand it. Once you get into it and it clicks, it suddenly clicks for everything. So we want to start looking at patterns. Right now, your first assignment, which would help out, is do the same. Write out the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. And just look at it and then have your child write them out and then have them say it out loud. Once it seems like they get it, then go ahead and give them some combinations. So in next week's cycle, we're going to be introducing this in several different ways. It's going to be a ton of fun. Again, remember that. This is not meant to be stressful. If you're getting stressed, you're doing it wrong. Talk to me immediately, because this is not meant to be stressful. It's meant to enlighten and excite. So if you're missing one of the steps, that's where frustration comes in, and we need to get rid of it. It's going to be a really fun cycle. I'm super excited to introduce it to you guys. Right now, getting ready to go get the belts handed out to everybody so we can get ready for belt ceremony. And I will see you guys next week for a brand new cycle. Take care.